Hi, thanks for joining me for this week's quick business tip. I'm Jennifer, and if you're ready to become the standout success that you know you were meant to be in 2025, this episode is going to be a game changer for you. We're going to talk about the power of personal branding and using it as your secret weapon to attract your dream clients. Hang with me because I was pretty reluctant to really intentionally build my personal brand. So if this topic is making you a little uncomfortable, stick around. I'm going to help you work through some of that. But first, we need to talk about why personal brand is so important right now. Reality is that people do not connect with brands. They don't connect with logos. What they want to do is they want to connect with real people. Whether you are a business selling to another business or a business selling direct to the consumer, you are a person selling to another person. And if you are still hiding behind your business name or your corporate logo, it's time to step out and really connect with people on an authentic level. When you do this, you are going to build trust factor that is so important today. With everything ChatGPT and AI, people want to buy from someone that they know they can trust. And the easiest way to do that is by building an authentic personal brand. This is also going to make you stand out from your competition because so many people are not willing to make the extra effort to take the steps to build the personal brand and make it unique to them. Um, there was a study done end of last year. They polled people in the United States and they asked them if like what percentage of people were following top level executives at corporations. If they were following them, were they then more likely to buy? So just to make this make sense, people that follow and like and are all in on the personal brand that Elon Musk has created on social media, 60% of them, I'm rounding up, guys. So this is like all of these numbers are like 58 to 63%. So 60% on average are more likely to buy like a Tesla simply because they follow Elon Musk. They are more likely to pay more for the same product or service if they are connected with an executive on social media. So this is everything from jewelry to realtors to Teslas and buying stuff on Amazon. This is like literally across the board, all industries. People are more likely to buy, they're going to spend more money. They already have trust built simply because they are following these people on social media. And these people have created a consistent brand that, makes them stand out as unique in their industry. Okay. I read the study and I thought everything would be different for me. I run a marketing agency. Most of my clients are 500,000 to 5 million. That's kind of where they start. I have some clients that are running 20, $30 million companies, right? Mostly sell one-to-one, very high ticket programs, or I'm going to do a lot of the marketing for them. So I thought, no way are the people who are making the buying decisions of these companies looking for a marketer on Facebook or Instagram. Maybe they're looking on LinkedIn, which I was sort of being intentional, but still hiding behind my logo on LinkedIn. So what I did was I became super intentional. I committed to 90 days. I was like, I'm going to post every single day. I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to take all of the steps that I know that I need to take. I'm a marketing expert. I already knew what I needed to do. And I was going to prove that this didn't work for me. 2 weeks in, and I'm going to tell you, it does not usually happen this quickly, but 2 weeks into this, I had people who I had never met, had never connected with on social media, and I'm talking Facebook specifically, reaching out to me, wanting to book a call, and turns out they're an ideal client for me, and they signed contracts. 2 weeks. Again, this is unusual. It doesn't typically happen this quickly, but even for someone like me who understood all the marketing, thought it never was going to work for my specific industry, I was wrong. So how can you go about building your own personal brand and impact your personal growth in a positive way? I have 5 key steps that you can take. The first thing is that you need to be authentic. You have to be 100% yourself. Don't try to be a stick in the mud, corporate, straight arrow type of person if you're not. Also, don't try to be the fun-loving, goofy class clown if you're not. You have to be 100% you, because when you're not, people are going to notice, and that is going to take away from any trust that you might have been able to build on social media. The second tip is that you need to know who your perfect client is. You need to go far beyond demographics. You need to know their needs, desires, acute pain points, not the little achy thing that they can deal with and just ignore and shove to the side, the thing that's really bothering them and keeping them up at night. And you need to use their words to describe their problem and how they want that problem resolved. And that is going to allow you to speak to them in a way that is really going to resonate with them. You need to showcase your expertise, but you need to do it in a way that makes you stand out as different. And the easiest way to do this is to talk about your passions. I am passionate about marketing because I know I have seen firsthand how it can change a company, how it can allow that company to grow and hire more employees, give the existing employees raises. It allows me in my own little way to create that drop in a bucket that ripples out and positively impacts hundreds or thousands of lives. So find out what that passion, that big why that drives you, and share that as part of your expertise. Number 3 is consistency. You must show up on a regular basis. This is not something where you can post once a week and wash your hands of it. You need to be super consistent, one, in your number of posts that you're going to create a week, and 2, in how you show up. So I'm not saying that every post needs to be a video or every post needs to have a particular color or, theme or topic that you're going to talk on. However, I would limit your topics to 3. And I would recommend knowing your target audience, using images that are going to appeal to them. So if you are, targeting luxury females that are into working out, you're going to want some, fit looking women, but probably with, some nice filters, the softening, lots of whites, dusty roses. You need to figure out what is going to really make your target audience stop scrolling. The 5th is building relationships. Building your personal brand on social media is not just about posting and then washing your hands of it, or what we like to refer to as posting and ghosting. you actually need to take the steps to engage with the people who are following you, who you're following. You have to respond to every single comment that shows up on your posts. And you want to do this in a way that builds a sense of community. So if there is a way for you to respond to a comment and ask a question, that is going to create even more engagement. And if you think about it, that's how you keep a conversation going in real life. So I think a lot of people sort of overthink the social media, turn it into something that it's not. It's just an easy way for you to speak to a much larger audience, but you still have the same conversations that you would be having in real life. Now, this next segment of this episode is specifically for realtors because I know that realtors understand that their personal brand is almost 100% of their marketing. And yet, there are very few people that are teaching realtors how to really create a social media brand that is going to make them stand out, engage with the right audience, and create a steady stream of leads. So let me tell you what doesn't work. If you are a realtor and your social media is full of houses that you have recently listed, houses that you have sold, and that, sign with you and your clients at a closing with "I love my realtor," or a sold sign in their hands, or a set of keys, and that's pretty much it. You're not really showcasing your personality. You're not providing value to your audience. And if, let's say, I am your target audience, why do I care? I mean, unless I am looking to buy that specific house that you listed, why do I care? So think about your audience, think about how you can serve them better, and then create posts like that. So if you're working with first-time home buyers, there needs to be a lot of education posts. And these education posts can be super fun if that's, your audience, that's, who, one, authentically who you are, and two, the type of people that you're talking to. It can also be very number heavy. I would not be your target audience if you're going to like throw a lot of statistics and a lot of numbers and all that kind of stuff. But if that's what resonates with your perfect client, then that's what you're going to want to post. So it needs to show your personality, your local expertise, and how you approach real estate differently than somebody else. The content that you produce also has to connect with your audience. So yes, you want to share the tips that are going to bring value to the buyers and sellers that you want to work with. It's great when you can show behind the scenes at your work. So because a lot of people think that realtors unlock the door and turn on the lights. But we know that it's so much more goes into that. So if you're the realtor that just went over to a house that is closing tomorrow to finish emptying out the garage and throw everything into your pickup truck, including the 10-year-old grill, post that. Post those videos, those stories, some pictures, even if it's just a picture of the bed of your truck full of junk, because that is you showing that you are willing to go above and beyond for your clients. It's also really important as a realtor to focus on videos. And I feel like a lot of realtors get sort of tied up in wanting to do it right, wanting to make it look super shiny and professional and produced. They sort of get sucked into like the drone photography and, the videos that where you're like flying through the house and stuff like that. But you need to think about, again, your target audience. I am going to say it 100 times. And what type of videos are really going to connect with them. So if that is you sitting at your desk explaining to them what a closing process looks like, or why it's important for them to not have a closet full of junk during their showings, why it's important for them to not have their dogs in crates in their garages, whatever it is that is really going to resonate with your customers, that's the type of videos that you want to put together. Now, these videos can be at your desk, they can be in your car, they can be produced, and you can have your assistant come and like shoot with motion and things like that. But I'm going to tell you, people resonate with something that feels real, and they resonate a lot less with something that feels just a little too slick, a little too shiny. So if you're doing it scrappy, if you're doing it imperfect, you're probably doing it better than you think. Now, we've already talked about how important it is to engage on social media, but as a realtor, you know that like just being an expert in your community is a really good step, but also being engaged in your community is huge, because who wouldn't want to work with a realtor that is willing to give their time, money, talents to local events, to support other local businesses, and just make people feel good about working with a realtor that is as engaged in the community as they are. So think about ways that you can, without being braggy and icky about it, showcase a lot of the stuff that you are doing to be involved in your local area. If you are a realtor or you know one, and you are looking to really commit to and level up your social media game in 2025, if you are ready to attract a steady stream of amazing clients, I have a brand new online program that is for you. It's called The Authentic Realtor, and it's designed to help you build your own powerful personal brand. I'm going to walk you step by step through everything from mindset to honing in on your perfect target audience, creating imagery, colors, and messaging that is going to resonate with them in a way that makes them feel like you're kind of reading their mind. And I'm going to show you how to show up on social media even if it's a really big step outside of your comfort zone. I'm going to help you create videos that are going to be authentic and bring engagement. It is a 90-day program. It starts in January, and it's going to set you up so that you are just like running at a full sprint into that spring market. Use the link in the show notes below, and if you act early, you can even get a pretty significant discount. Thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Quick Business Tips. I'm Jennifer Swineford with Limitless Impact Agency.